relationship that with the president that predated his presidency back in New York. Is that right?
Somewhat. It was a relationship that I've had as a correspondent covering him, and we covered all the candidates, but I got a lot of requests specifically to cover the Trump campaign, especially because of his longtime close connections with the Orthodox Jewish community, on top of everything else that was going on.
An important question he was asked yesterday as well when he took questions with the Prime Minister of Israel, who had his back. And when he was pressed, Donald Trump, about whether or not he's been anti-Semitic, people around him have said or done anything anti-Semitic, he got backing from Prime Minister Netanyahu, which I thought was important for his critics to hear. Did you feel like he answered your question today?
So I actually want to address what your question was rather than the answer you're trying to get me to say.
Well, I'm actually not. I actually have an open mind. I really don't know what you're going to say. I'm not trying to get you to say anything.
I've worked with the president, with his people, throughout the campaign, throughout the transition, and so many times I've seen some of our colleagues in the media describe certain events as, in the way it relates to the Jewish community in a certain light that no one in our community saw it that way, and there were certain acts that were described as anti-Semitic, or certain people described as anti-Semitic, and the people in our community who know these people personally said, that's not true. Why are people who aren't Jewish deciding what is considered anti-Semitism? The president's relationship with the Jewish community, I've only seen it firsthand for the last 2 years, but he's done an unprecedented amount of outreach with the Orthodox Jewish community, and so we understand why this is so hurtful for him, to see himself being called an anti-Semite when
you don't believe it.
No, not just I don't believe it. I've seen him firsthand. I mean,
my point is, you feel it's unfair.
It is very unfair what's been done to him, and I understand why he's so defensive. And I'm with him when it comes to being outraged about him being charged with this anti-Semitism.
Mara, you had the president. We played it. Stop talking. You know, sit down. Yeah. Did you feel? I mean, it's a nerve-wracking thing. You're on live television all around the world. How did you feel in that moment? And did you feel? You know, were you angry that he told you to sit down?
I'm going to say something that's going to surprise you, and I'm sure going to surprise a lot of your viewers. But I was actually very, very hopeful, because it shows a president who is so committed against this problem of anti-Semitism that it bothers him on a personal level, on a deep personal level, and it makes me very hopeful that he will work together with the community.
So, bottom line for you is he pushed back hard, and he said what he needed to say. Jake Turks, Mara Lyceum, appreciate your insights.